bring together a group of remarkable people.
To see if we could become something more.
So when they needed us, we could fight the battles
that they never could.
In time, you will know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail all the same. Dread it. Run from it. Destiny still arrives.
Evacuate the city. Engage all defenses. And get this man a shield.
Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe. But this does put a smile on my face.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Thfc Till I Die, your home of Tottenham, past, present, and an exciting future. Sorry, the voice isn't great today. DERMOTRON has to go to doctors at 5, so I will be leaving in half an hour's time, but I will leave in the capable hands of Tom Jones as he starts singing these greatest hits. The green grass from Spurs. What's new, Terry? Other greatest hits like Burning Down the Arsenal. You know, these great world hits that brought him fame, success, not a lot of money. He thinks he's famous. He's not. Anyway, we got
2 minutes
How
of
are you, sir?
fame.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. It's the most miserable day. Jesus, it's the most un-Christmas-like weather at the minute. Seriously bad here. Dull,
It's
it's
bad
wet,
down
and
here,
it's
actually, as
miserable.
well.
It's a bit like the Arsenal dressing room the day we beat them to the Champions League a couple of years ago, you know?
When is it the winter solace? It's Friday, isn't it? The shortest day.
It's tomorrow. Tomorrow.
No, Friday,
21st.
22nd.
No, 21st. It's a
Well,
solace.
up here it's got. Hang on my calendar. It's
So
got,
maybe in Wexford, well, you're behind the times. You get it 24 hours later than the rest of us, you know. So
very funny. Yeah, we're not all posh like you up in Leitrim, you know. The posh.
Come on,
the
we
posh
almost have electricity up here. It's coming next year.
Yeah, we don't have electricity down here. We're still working off coal and oil. You know,
right, okay.
I got a little mouse outside. I got the wee donkey outside the house. You know, walking around the big thing. Yeah.
Oh, well,
we don't even know what carrots are.
2024.
We don't even know what carrots are down here. Do you know? We're expecting a big leap forward in evolution now next year, but who knows?
You think the orange strawberries?
Yeah, they're great down here. The orange strawberries, they are fantastic. Really lovely, really lovely. But how are you anyway, Mr. Brady? Are you looking forward to Christmas
grand,
now?
yeah.
It's all coming up now.
Yeah, sure. Listen, it comes and goes so quickly. You know, that'll be grand. It's a few days off work. That's probably the best thing about it, and lots of football to watch. You know. So.
Yeah, not for us though. Not for us. We'll be busy. We're off. We're actually off. PHILLIP is off 2 days, St. Stephen's Day and Christmas Day. I am off Christmas Day because I'm working Christmas Eve for you guys. You know, keeping the boat rolling while he's off celebrating and getting drunk and throwing his
I
medallion
won't be
around the
getting
house.
drunk. I won't be
You will
getting
be.
drunk.
Show me the big bottle of special brew you've got for yourself, Christmas.
Oh, that's not mine. That's not me. That's not me.
Yeah, no, it is for you. You be coming on here, St. Stephen's Day, doing the round the grounds, going, look at me, lads, I'm back. With the dark sunglasses on. What's up, Philip? Got so red. Let's see who's in the chat.
Right.
Pick up tequila. Thanos is my lord. Yes, he is. He's not mine. Iron Man's mine, but not Thanos. We've got tequila 316. Also, Elvis flying solo. Then, oh yeah, he is. He will be doing. He'll be doing his greatest hits of Burning Spurs. He will be doing Jailhouse Levy. That's none of his greatest hits. He will also be doing. What else he be doing? He'll be doing.
Quit while you're ahead, Dermot.
Quit while you're ahead, Dermot. That's another great of his hits. That's brilliant. That's his number one hit. That is Quit While You're Ahead, Dermot. We've got tequila. I got Dyer outside mine. It's like the idle canaries in the mines.
The old canaries in the mines. Yeah, I don't think a Dyer wouldn't do any work.
No,
got up the canaries.
Yeah. If he drops, then I know to run. Big up. We've got Carl Simpson. Good afternoon, gents. Don't worry, Demo. You were here. Cooper got sacked by 10 on tonight. Oh, and put a bet on that. Put a bet on it now. By tomorrow, you're here.
Yeah, I don't know how the Forest fans are going to take that, because Cooper was very, very popular with them.
I was hearing a lot of it, Philip. That they're not happy. They're really not happy with this.
No, I don't think they are.
I do know what. I don't think he was doing a bad job. I find it very. The manager that's taken them there, they've sacked him after a season and a half.
Yeah.
What do you think of that, Philip?
Well, two things, right? Steve Cooper came to Forest when they were second bottom of the championship. And he's got them into 16th or 17th position in there. Okay, they haven't won the match in a while. Fans love him. It's a knee-jerk reaction by the board because they think they're going to get relegated. How that's going to change under Nuno, I do not know because, that guy, I do not rate him at all. I don't think the players will all get on with Cooper. How they're going to react to this new guy coming, who knows? I think it's a poor thing to do. I feel sorry for Steve Cooper and I hope he gets into the job pretty quickly. I'm sure he will. Yeah,
but the thing is, Philip, everywhere he's gone in the Premiership, he's got a win rate of over 50%. He's had it at Wolves. He's successful at Valencia, Porto, Wolves, Tottenham. Even at 17 games, he had a win percentage of 50%. And then he went to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I'm sure the guy's got his talent. I just think his time at Tottenham soured us a bit on him. We're never gonna. Yeah. Forest might be his level. He might actually do okay there, provided he gets the cooperation. Philip,
running a farm wouldn't be his level. I think he's useless.
Well, he won the title. He won the title in Saudi Arabia, which is probably equivalent of winning the Wexford Southeast Counties under 12s.
Philip,
but
a 4-year-old child can win something in Saudi Arabia.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not a big accomplishment.
Yeah. Anyway, listen. Good luck to him. It's nothing to do with us. It's not Spurs related. It doesn't affect Spurs. But isn't it ironic that the match that got Steve Cooper sacked was against Spurs, and what they do, bring in the next Spurs manager.
I'm going to just say, laugh at Forest. Leader White Lane, big up DERMOTRON and the Godfather. Big up Leader White Lane. We've got Chris as well. Big up Chris. Chris, I need to talk to you, sir. Tomorrow we need to do a pre-Christmas F1 stream, so let me know if you are available for that. We've got Wembley 1 as well. Afternoon, boys. I'm being dragged around the west end of London, the west of London shopping with the missus. Listening to you, boys, is bliss. Well, firstly, I want to send our condolences from me and Philip to you. We know what it's like. We've been there. We have been there. So we send our condolences. Just keep pushing through. You're nearly there. It's 4:00. You're nearly at the end of it. Just you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, Wembley 1. You will get there. Me and Philip are there. We're behind you. Philip, anything to say to get Wembley through?
Well, yeah. I was you yesterday. I was you. Been dragged around the streets of Dublin. And you know what it was like? Walking up Grafton Street in Dublin, which is the main shopping street, was like leaving Tottenham Hotspur Stadium 5 minutes after the final whistle. People everywhere.
Yeah. I've just been into Galway today, get a few bits. I'm doing my Christmas shopping tomorrow. I always leave it
yeah.
to. I
Local.
always leave it to the last minute, and I know I'm going to go to Wexford tomorrow, and it's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be absolute nightmare. Chris says Wembley says you need to get her a last minute present. Go and grab a seat and listen while you have a nice coffee. Exactly. Tequila is saying big up to Carl Simpson. Tequila says no loyalty in football goes every way. Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Carl is saying Nuno was never going to be a success with Spurs because that was one major balls up manager search. Look, I look, for me, Nuno for me and Tottenham were never a fit. It was Levy panicked. He realised the season was coming up. We didn't have a manager. Let's go through our list. Let's go back to manager 716, who we talked to. We'll pick him.
Yeah. How many weeks were we waiting for that? How many days were we waiting between Mourinho getting sacked and Nuno being appointed? About 70 or 90 days. It was some huge amount of time.
I've just seen what Carl's just put in. You get at the bottom, Philip. You get Carl Simpson. You are a git. You are. I would call him as Del Boy would call Rodney. You're a plonker. You're plonker, Rodney. I think it was 70, 80 something days.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was some ridiculous long time, you know.
Yeah,
and it was a panic. It was a panic appointment. You know, it really was.
Yeah, Nuno has replaced Steve Cooper. I bring up something. Look, I was going to bring it up, but here he is. Here's Nuno's first picture with the Forest shirt, and we thought we'd bring it up for you. Hey guys, guess who's back? There he is. There's Nuno in all his glory. Look at him. Just look at him. He looks refreshed. He looks tanned. He's got a nice red hat on him for Forest. He's nice blue jumper. He's got a good belt on him, and look, he looks ready to get back to it, doesn't he, Philip?
He's actually changed the Forest kit to blue already. You see that?
Yeah, he has. Yeah, yeah. He looks really well, actually. I have to say, he looks fantastically well, and look at him. He's got his stick there with him as well to whip the players into action. You know, fair play to him. It was actually 72 days.
72 days, and it was around that 10 weeks.
Big up, Ronnie. Big up, Ronnie. It says 72 days. It was. Looks like he should be heading out with some Simon Frodo. Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Chris is saying, let's forget Nuno managed Wolves show. Obviously, you lot are going to be snobby about Nuno. Nuno did well at Wolves. Dermo talking nonsense, saying Farm won't be his level, to be honest, but we move on. Chris, I have my opinion that Nuno was a heap of shite. He cannot manage. He left Wolves under a cloud. He left Tottenham because he couldn't manage them. Only team that would give him a job is Saudi Arabia. He only went there for the money. And now he's taken over Forest. I don't think he's a good manager.
This is the manager who never talked to Harry Kane at all in his tenure at Tottenham. Didn't talk to his best player. Strange.
I think it was harsh.
We move on. We move on.
Yeah. Dermo had to pop to the shops to get his gimp suit. They wouldn't deliver. Right, Carl. I've got one word for you.
Hold your ears. Cover your ears.
Hold your ears. I've just done it, Philip. I've just done it by finger only.
See that? Sign language.
Sign language. That means, Carl, get one yourself. Look, yeah, we've done that one. Sam, Nuno did well at Spurs, at Wolves. Did he?
Did okay. He did okay. Brought them up. He did okay.
Yeah. He did what he was supposed to do, Philip. And then we've got can't believe Forest at Cooper for Nuno, not going to Wembley. I don't think it is either, Ronnie. Philip, do you think these players now, Forest players, will look at Nuno like the first game that he's in charge for, and they're thinking, hang on a minute, we let Cooper down. Do you know, how do you think, are they going to feel responsible? Do they need to look at themselves in the mirror?
They do, but they won't. Players how rarely do. You know, they'll say the manager's gone, long live the next guy. I think Nuno's going to have a good memory because, as far as I can gather, there's that many players in the Forest squad. It's going to take him till the end of the season to memorize all their names. How he gets on, look, I don't wish the guy any bad luck at Forest. You know, I'd like to see Forest stay up, but I'm just not convinced he's the man for them. He might.
I don't think he is the man
for
them. I'm like you, Philip. I don't want to see. I quite like Forest have got a rich history in the top league, and they were so long under Brian Clough, and they were quite successful under Brian Clough. Let's not forget.
But
Steve Cooper did what, and a few other managers couldn't do while they're in the championship. What are you looking for?
Drop me pen. I'm just taking notes, Dermot. You know.
What notes when you send me to the doctors later? Here, Dermot is like this. Dermot is like that.
Yeah, I'm doing the prognosis for the doctor, saving time.
Look, I just don't think Nuno and Forest are the right fit. That's just my opinion.
Anyway, we'll see. To be honest with you, Dermot, how Forest do should really be immaterial to us. We should be more worried about.
Oh, I know that, you know? But if you're looking at it from a football fan's point of view, I don't think it was like Conte and Tottenham. That wasn't a match made in heaven.
No, we thought it was when it happened, though. We thought it was when it happened, but it turned out it wasn't. It was a divorce made in hell. I think the Forest fans will be. It'll take him a while to win them over. Yeah. If he wins the first couple of matches, obviously they're going to start thinking he's a great thing. If he loses, then that's going to be another day's work. We'll just see how they react to that.
Well, I think this year that he's lucky because the bottom three are going to go down, or the bottom three that are going to go down. They're the worst three sides, Philip, that I've seen perform in the Premier League in a long time.
Yeah.
Usually,
I'm surprised Burnley. I thought Burnley. I expected more from Burnley. With Vincent Kompany. I wasn't too worried about it. I thought Sheffield United and Luton, but Burnley I did expect more from. Now, let's hope Burnley don't turn up at us in the FA Cup and decide that the league's over and play the strongest team against in the Cup.
Yeah.
You know, the pressure can be off them that night, so it might not be that easy, but they're playing way below expectations, Burnley.
Yeah. Do you feel it's the worst three promoted sides we've seen, Philip, in a long time?
Well, to be honest, I wouldn't really be analysed them in the past, but it's certainly in there. You know, it's certainly there or thereabouts.
Yeah. Big up to Tequila's saying, Carl is saying, I personally think Nuno will do okay. The target this season is to stay above the bottom three. He will evaluate next season. Look, I get that, but I just think the bottom three are the worst I've seen in a long time. Nuno was calling around Philip's leg. That's why he was looking for.
Yeah, right.
Keep down. We've got Gregson. That big up, Greg. Hope you're doing well. Says, hi, Dermo and Philip. All depends on who Nuno brings in with him. When he joined us, he didn't have his right-hand man, but he did apparently alienate a lot of players and backroom stuff.
Yeah.
Look, what did you think of Nuno as a manager, Philip? I mean, you look at him at other clubs. He's been quite successful in Saudi Arabia as well, by the way. But as I said, Carl Simpson could go to Saudi Arabia and be really successful over there. No offense, Carl. That's not meant to be offensive to you, but the point I'm making, Carl's got no managerial experience, but he would be successful over there. Do you think he deserves another crack at the Premiership? And if so, why? But if not, who do you think should have taken over the job at Forest if they were going to sack Steve Cooper?
To the last idea, I really don't have a clue. Though you could be talking any of the managers at the top half of the Championship could have been in the role for that. You know, some of these up and coming guys down there. I just hope that Forest haven't done a Birmingham City on us. Sack the manager to bring in someone they think is going to be successful and goes the opposite way. Look what happened to Birmingham. John Eustace had them sixth in the league, and now look what Wayne Rooney's done to them. So you hope that the same thing is like Nuno will be a bigger name than Steve Cooper because he's managed a couple of Premiership sides before this and also in Saudi. You can't say everyone deserves a second chance in life. Okay, this is his third chance. That. Will he take this one? Let's see. Let's wait and see.
Yeah, I get that. I just think that if they went to like a Steve Allardyce or somebody like that, Philip, somebody who's got, do you know what I mean? I wondered if they could look down that route.
he's a better appointment. Like appointing Sam Allardyce is a desperation move. It's more or less putting up a flag. Hang on, come in and stop us from being relegated, because that's what Sam Allardyce does. I think Nuno is a better appointment than Sam Allardyce. So
yeah, well, Big Sam could be getting the Ireland job.
God help us. Sorry,
It really will be. It really will be roles for first if that happens, wouldn't it?
Well, you think you were bad on Stephen Kenny? Wait till Sam Allardyce gets to you. You're not. You have to gag me. You have to tie me up.
Do you know what? It would probably give me one game, Philip, and I'd be joining you.
Probably one game, 10 minutes.
Yeah, Nuno was terrible at Spurs. I understand that, says Chris, but it wasn't his level. Look, Chris, I don't subscribe to that. If you come in as a manager to a top club, if you're managing the Premier League, you are a high level, right? It doesn't matter if you're managing the bottom club or the club at the top. You're managing at the top league, so you're managing at a higher level. We messed up by appointing Nuno. I don't think Nuno was the right appointment for Tottenham. It was a panic appointment. We had to appoint somebody, and Levy thought, "I'll go for that fella over there." But I just think he's the wrong appointment for Forest. I think he's going to have the same effect on Forest like Ray Rooney's had in Birmingham. But look, he may prove me wrong. I do get what you're saying, but I just never rate Nuno. Not even at Wolves, I didn't rate him, Philip, to be fair. Carl says, cheers, Dermo. I could have done the double. Yeah, you could have done, Carl. You could have done, but look, we're up there. That would be very funny if Big Sam gets the Ireland job. Yeah, that's true.
Hilarious.
We've got Big Sam 4 for effing 2. Yeah. Tequila says he loves that film. Chris says, by the way, I'm available tomorrow. Big up, Chris. Great. I'll be in touch with you later on today, sir. And Tequila says, I think Forrest should have gone for Mike Bassett personally with Benson and Hedges as his staff. That's a good film, actually. Right, Mr. Brady, I've only got 10 minutes left, so let's crack on with it. And we're going to start with some breaking news. As I broke last night that Tottenham were in the lead to sign Jean-Claire Tebow in January. Tottenham have now opened talks with him. So, Philip, it looks like we could be getting our first centre-back in nice and early, which is unheard of for Tottenham in January.
Well, I'm going to be a little bit cautious on all these rumours. Like, you pick up any of the in the nose at the minute, and I think we're after about 39 players at the moment, and we're in talks with half of them. So I'm not denying this guy could be a good purchase for us, but I think we have to be selective with what's coming out here. Top Sober was mentioned, Victor Nelson was mentioned. Like, as long as we get one of them, I'm not really pushed to which one we get, as long as we get one of them.
This has come from our top source. This has come from our
that's good enough. Then this is probably what sort of money's on him.
I don't know. I'm waiting to hear back. I have asked the question.
That's going to be like, if it's something like 50 or 60 million, can you see Levy spending it in January? I can't. If it's 23, 25 million, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah. Just give me 2 minutes, Philip. Sorry. I'm just replying to somebody. Sorry. Yeah. So look, for me, we need a centre back, Philip. I will get more information on this guy. And once I do get more information, I will let you guys know. But as I broke last night, Manchester United have now fallen out. They're not in for this play. They can't afford it. Basically, that Man United now have to sell before they can buy.
Yeah. I think the FFP is going to kick in with United unless they do that,
Well, I don't even think it's that, Philip. I don't think they have the money. So this is
but I'm saying they're having the money, and that's why they can't buy anymore. The FFP will be a factor if they do buy.
Yeah, but they can't borrow. They can't borrow any more money to buy players. Exactly. They can't get players on the that we're paying next season because they owe out to too many clubs. And this is where Tottenham can swoop in, get these players because they've got so much to play with FFP.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. They've got 400 million they could spend up to on FFP.
Yeah, but they haven't got it. Pounds and it's okay saying you can spend this, that, and the other. Have you got it in the bank? No, so you can't spend it.
But it's not that, Philip, that we can spend. We're nowhere near our FFP limit.
Oh, I know we're not, but I'm saying will we spend it? We're different. We probably have a good line of credit. We could actually borrow money if we need it. Manchester United can't.
Yeah.
So they're in a position they have to sell before they can buy.
Mm.
We would like to sell before we can buy, but not so much to get the money in, but more to get the deadwood off our books.
Yeah.
And reduce the wage bill. It's a different scenario for us in United, you know.
It is completely. We've got Matthew, big up Dermot, and Lord Philip. Lord Philip.
Oh
Yes.
boy.
I have to call
Moved
him
up in the
Lord.
world.
I
In the House
noticed
of
my
Lords now.
X-rated Dermot's just gone to Dermot now. You're Lord
Oh,
Philip,
yeah, I
do you
know.
know?
Mhm.
I have around 25 to 30. I've heard 25
Yeah, that's
to
fair
30
enough.
minutes. That's what I've
That's
heard
about
too.
it now. That's about
Mm.
average for a player now. So yeah, fair enough.
Out
So,
of topic, but Dermot and Philip, who was your favourite cricketer? Oh,
I can answer this one straight away. Ian Bolton.
I would have to go for Viv Richards.
Would you? Yeah, I think Ian Bolton
Yeah.
would be mine.
I as a kid, I loved the West Indies play. I thought they were great. I loved the West Indies playing cricket. I thought they went out there half stoned, didn't care, just whacked the ball around left, right, and centre.
Well,
I thought they were
do
great.
you know this is no, I should be saying this after 9 o'clock really, but do you remember when the West Indies were playing England in a test match?
Yeah.
And there's a commentator back in the 60s and 70s called Brian Johnson. He was an absolute cricket legend, right? Now, this is very rude now, so I'm going to say it anyway. West Indies were playing England, right? And the Michael Holding was the bowler, right? And the guy called Peter Willey was the batsman for England. So Brian Johnson came up with the probably never to be repeated line was, the bowler's Holding, the batsman's Willey. It's absolutely brilliant. You couldn't make it up, you know.
Do you know what, Philip?
Have we been taken off yet? Yeah.
Oh dear.
You all right? EPR for Dermot, quick.
Look, we've got Todibo. It's a great signing. Some of my Madrid, Barcelona, Arsenal friends are so impressed with that. Yeah, it is. Remember, Ratcliffe owns Rice. That's true.
It was Nice. No, it was Nice. Yeah, that's the problem with United at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that. Look, you look at the United thing transfer window, Philip, and look at our transfer window. We've got such an opportunity here.
Oh yeah.
To really take a march on the rest. Look, Arsenal can't spend much money because of FFP. Chelsea can't spend much money because of FFP. Man City and Arsenal and Man United can't spend much money because of FFP. We could still march in them here. Do you think
it's up to Levy to do that? It's up to Levy.
Do you think this is a great opportunity for us to steal a march?
Well, it's a great opportunity for us to get players that maybe we mightn't have been looking at in the past, or mightn't have had the balls to go for. I mean, we've now got a manager in who's given Levy his shopping list, and I think Levy has realised now if he doesn't keep Ange happy, and you know, I know it's been Gary Neville's touting Ange to Manchester City already when there's not even the vacancy, but my fear would be that Ange doesn't get back, and when the time does arise, he does go somewhere else. So we need to keep him here. We need to keep that guy here for as long as possible and do what he wants and give him what he wants.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly right, Philip. I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. Before Dermo leaves, let's get some plugs in for him. Please, everyone go over to the Full Time Sports Network, our partners channel. Big up to Tequila. Tequila's also putting a link in for us. Please, everyone like and subscribe here as me and Philip march on for 2K. It'd be great. We've also got Daniela Zito. Big up, Daniela. Good afternoon, Philip and Dermot. I reckon we will get 2 signings over the line. But with the amount of players we've been linked with, we could get 5. But we won't. Dyer, Hill, and Perisic and Luis to go. Yeah, I agree with that very much, Daniela. I think these players have to go, Philip. Either you cancel their contracts or you just sell them for a ridiculous low price. Get them out of the club.
Perisic, his contract's up at the end of the summer, but he's injured. He's not going to play for us again. So why is he hanging around? He's cancelling his contract. Dyer, Fenerbahce, I'll come to that later. There's a Turkish club interested in Eric Dyer, apparently. Brian Hill's a funny one. I'm undecided about him. I think we might keep him. Lloris has to go. He's doing nothing. He's hanging around the place.
Yeah. I want Gil Messi to stay. I think there's a player there, Philip. I do think he can make a difference.
if he just bulk up a little bit, it seems to be the same frame that he had when he came, you know? Anyway,
So we've got
watch the
Chris
time
saying
there,
six,
Dermot. You watch the time.
I can spend another 5 minutes, Philip, and then
Right.
I'll go. City needs squad depth in, which is ironic. Can't see them signed in dozens of players. No, I can't.
But no one City, they would do it and say, "Feck you to FIFA and UEFA," you know, just as they've done in the past, you know.
Exactly. Dermo got to get down the shops. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Whatever Ange did to convince Madders to join us, do the same speech to a few top centre backs. Yeah. Exactly. Neil says rumors are just a way to get clicks and subs. You'd be fortunate to sign 2 players at a time. Look, Neil. I look. We don't do that on here. I will only break news if I know it's 100% guaranteed. I have never done click for click break. We've never have we, Philip? We've never done that.
No.
It's not our style. It's not the way we do. I know other channels do, but I won't. I never will do that. I will break news if it's 100% guaranteed. And that's what we do. But I understand what he's saying though, Philip. He is right. Rumors are just the way.
Oh yeah, he's right. He's right.
Yeah,
but
I get, but we don't do that here now, and I hope you can appreciate that we don't do that here.
The thing about I don't like the January window. I don't think it's a good time to buy players at all. But needs must this January. We have to buy this January. We have to.
It's not you, Dermot. It's the way the world. It's the way of the world. Yeah, I know it's the way of the world. I get that, Neil. But you know yourself, we don't do that here. Other channels do, and if they want to do that, fine by me. Carry ahead. But we're not like that, Mr. Brady. I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Mr. Tom Jones himself as he gets his vocal cords ready, as he's getting his backing band ready for the greatest hit of it's not unusual for Tottenham or Tip Top Tottenham or Glory Glory Tottenham Hotspur. He starts singing the Christmas carols. Look, I'll be back tonight at 9 with the roundtable discussion. Me, Mia, Dave Harris, and Colin for the Full-Time Sports Network. Philip, of course, is swinging these medallion round at bingo, keeping the 89, keeping these his female fans of 80-year-olds happy while he's swimming around his balls, showing them number 27.
Jesus, there's Michael Holding. Right.
On that bombshell.
On that note, go before I say something. Go on.
Right. Listen, we're back live at 9, so please join us and please like and subscribe and keep Philip company. Big up to everyone. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on. See you later, then.
See you later, Philip.
Now, geez, that's unusual. Me on my own on the screen here. Right. Now, well, I'm just going to spend the next 15 minutes or so just going on a few things that cropped up during the day. Now, some of it, Dermot just says we don't broadcast rumors. We don't. All I'm going to mention is what is going around on the social media at the minute and on what the in the knows are saying. Most of it's probably rubbish, but we'll have a listen to it anyway and to see what we think. First one is one of our current players who's on loan at Augsburg, and poor old Tanganga. He hasn't played a minute of football this season for them. He was injured, which was not unfortunate, obviously, but it looks as if they might even cancel his loan agreement in January, which means he could be back at Tottenham. So what do you reckon? Can he do a job for us if he does come back, given the fact that he hasn't played a game of football in 6 months? You know, I'm not so sure whether he can or not, but anyway. Well, let me know what you think there, whether you think Tanganga can actually do a job for us, you know, whether he's just another person getting splinters in his ass and sitting on the bench, you know. I'll just read a few more comments here as well. We'll go on to the next one. Gregsland is a good point here. He's saying such a shame about Perisic, so big for us in the first few games as a half-hour super. So he was actually, and it's just so sad that he got actually injured in training. He wasn't in a match that he got injured in, and we never really heard what happened. But he did his ACL, and that's him for the summer, until the summer. And Chris Welsh, thought Lloris left in the summer. I think most of us wish he did. He's sitting around there picking up $100,000 a week and doing absolutely nothing, you know. So I think he's another one who'll be gone from us before the end of January. And Daniel, let's see, the Gill falls over by some fresh air. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Brian Hill doesn't have a great physique for the Premiership. He's lightweight. He gets brushed off the ball very, very easily. And Carl Simpson is saying Spurs will get 4 in this window. Carl, it'd be great if we did. It really would. And I wouldn't normally say that in January because I think they'll be classed as panic buys. But they're the necessity buys for Spurs. We need to get at least one centre back in. We need a backup striker as well for the Carlson in case he goes into the shell again. And I presume we probably need maybe another midfielder if we're going to let the Chelsea go, you know. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But what are we now? The 20th of December. 12 more days to go. And we're going to be starting the transfer window, which is going to be very, very interesting. Talking of transfers, this is one, I don't know what to make of this guy now. I really don't. Spurs facing competition for Conor Gallagher. Now, as Dermot said earlier, Manchester United have to sell players before they can buy, but they've been named now as a possible home for Conor Gallagher next season, as we have been mentioned as a possible home for Conor Gallagher. I think Chelsea are mad to sell him. He's been one of the best players, most consistent players this season, and he's on the market apparently for about 40 million quid. So that's another one. Like, I mean, with his Chelsea connections, do you think Chelsea would sell the Spurs? And secondly, could he do a job for us? I mean, I think he's a decent player. I think he is, and he'd be one for me to bring in if the Chelsea left. Like if we got 30 million for the Chelsea from Barcelona and paid 40 million for Gallagher, I think that would be a good enough deal. I think we'd probably come over on the best side of that one, you know. And then Matthew. No, Matthew Neal is not an Arsenal fan. No, in all fairness, he is. He's a Spurs fan. He's a Spurs fan. And Matthew's also saying only competitively for us in January will be Madrid and PSG. Yeah, well, PSG having gone out of the no, they're still in the Champions League. They're scraped into it, which is a pity. But anyway, they'll be buying in the January window. Madrid, I don't know what they're going to use for money. But they've obviously found something down the back of the coach. Neil Shafton, the amount of misinformation Tom Jones spread is incredible. Yeah, he just keeps on about this Tom Jones. I wouldn't mind you, I can't sing a note. If I started singing a crack of glass, you know. And Tequila, I have some requests for Elvis, I presume that after you leave, Dome, I want the greatest hits. Some chance of that. Matthew's in now. Dermot is taking the shots. There you are. Carl Simpson, legs 11. And Neil is saying, Uncle Joe's minty. I'm not even going to go there. Don't tempt me. Let me see, what else have we got here? Oops. I thought I had a few more things written down here. Yes, I do. Now, this is one. This is interesting. What would you reckon on that? I mean, I know most of us couldn't care less if Eric Dyer went to play for Accrington Stanley, but Dyer to Fenerbahce in January might be a decent move for Eric Dyer. He's only got 6 months left on his contract come the new year, and we could still probably get a few bob for him. Or do we just cancel his contract and let him go on a free? Because he's not going to play for Tottenham again, as far as I can see. I think that the days of Eric Dyer in that team, like he's at the club 9.5 years. Let that sink in, almost 10 years. And I fondly remember his first game away to West Ham when he scored the winner in about the 90th minute. And that was a great start, and we thought we had a good player. And in all fairness to him, like he did have some good years at Tottenham, but they're long gone. He's stealing a living from us at the minute, and we need to get him off the payroll. And this one here, I'm going to mention. I know we've discussed Nuno Espirito Santo as well, but this is one. Serge Aurier is probably banging his head off the wall now when he sees the Garden Gnome coming back at him, because I don't think he done very well when Nuno was at Tottenham. So Serge Aurier is probably not. He's probably one of the Forest players least happy with that particular signing by Forest. I think he's injured at the moment. Anyway, he didn't feature against us last week, so That's one to watch for the future to see if you're looking to get a transfer out in January. And this is another one. This is another player we can get off the books. Now, I've been talking to a friend of mine who's a big Leeds fan, and they love Joe Roden. They absolutely love him. I think he can do a great job for Leeds. So that could be another income stream come January if we could sell him on for maybe 10 or 15 million. And he's doing a good job at Leeds, as is the man, what do you call him, Jed Spence, who's finally got rid of his injury problems, and he's back in the Leeds team. So let's watch that one. So the outdoor could be as busy as the incoming door for Tottenham in January. If you look at the likes of Lloris, Roden, Dyer, and Ndombele, hopefully. And who else can we probably let go? Perisic, let his contract go. And they'll probably let maybe a few of the younger lads and the under 21s go as well if they haven't been performing up to standard. And here we go. Back to the Matthew. Let's go now. Only the GOAT. Thank you, Matthew. I don't know what Tequila's saying. What a waste of the lads' time. Right? Okay. And Daniela saying, "I'll give Tanganga a go." Well, like, he never let us down. Mind you, he never really had a chance to. But let's give him a chance to do it when he comes back. And Nick saying, "We need to sell before we can sign." So Tanganga would have to be that. I presume that's sold. Yeah. And Carl is saying, "I would keep Tanganga over Dyer. Depends if we really strengthen our defense." Well, Tanganga is 6 or 7 years younger than Eric Dyer. So that's always a point, that younger player, And Tequila said, "Too much information, Daniela." Right, okay. Matthew, Tanganga is also not getting time, unlike the fraud at Galatasaray. Well, the slight difference there is, Matthew, Tanganga's been injured. He wasn't able to play, whereas Ndombele was fit. Well, I use the word fit selectively, semi-fit, and ready to play. But they couldn't trust him to give him 90 minutes. Simple as that. Tequila again, since he can cover right back as well as centre back, I would keep him as a backup. Yeah, excuse me. I'd be inclined to go that route as well. I think he will be something. He could do a job for us. And Neil is saying, Tottenham Hotspur gardening team, put them on the groundkeepers team. They can use the help. Yeah, true. Yes. And Brian Hill, Greg's saying, Brian Hill needs to be put on the protein shake. He's skinnier than me, and I'm built like a bloody breadstick. Yeah. It's Brian Hill. Like, Brian Hill has got skill to burn. But the Premiership defenders are just able to brush him away. He's too lightweight. And Matthew saying, we will get Gallagher maybe. I think he is their best player this season. Yeah, as I said, he's been one of their most consistent players, And there's that, okay, and now Neil is saying they aren't letting him go. Gallagher is untouchable until they get someone to replace him. But there is strong rumours he is going in January. So, I don't know. And Tequila probably summed it up here. We rarely do business with Chelsea, Cheatski, as I used to call them. Why should we? I mean, they show us little or no respect anytime. So why should we why should we give them a few bob? Line the coffers? No. And Neil is saying Gallagher isn't going to cost anything under 60 million. They need as much as they can if they were to sell Gallagher. Yeah, 40 million was mentioned, but that could be just the in the nose making up that figure, Tequila said, if I'm Dyer, I'd go as a free in the summer. But do you want to sit around for another 6 months doing nothing when you could be out playing? That's going to be one worth watching. It's whatever Ange has told Levy to do about Dyer. He's not going to feature him if he can. Because I remember one time he was asked at the press conference, is Derek Dyer in your thinking? And, normally managers will waffle around and say, well, he's a good professional, this, that, and the other. Ange just came out and said, no. That was spoke about one word and spoke a million words. So he ain't playing for us again unless we're totally, totally desperate. And Carl is saying, I would let Dyer go there 100%, but I reckon he will go to Sporting. Yeah, I don't particularly care who he goes to as long as he goes somewhere, And also, Greg is saying, Dyer looks like he enjoys a kebab. Fenerbahce is ideal for him. Yeah, in Ndombele can show him all the good restaurants down in Istanbul. And Daniela is saying, get rid of Dyer. He can go anywhere. Yeah, that seems to be there'll be a kind of a mass cheer arising from all the Spurs websites once Eric Dyer actually does leave the club. And Dyer to anyone will be a great move. Keep him until the end of the season. We need bodies for all the Africa and Asia stuff and our problems with red and yellow cards. Well, the African Nations Cup and the Asian Cup, why the two of them are together is really, really bad planning, terrible planning. Because we're not the only team that's going to be affected by this. A lot of clubs are going to lose players, and to have them at the same time is just stupid. The red and yellow card thing, well, I'm hoping that's going to improve in the new year. That the Ange is going to have a word with the lads. I mean, you can't fault their commitment. But one league Tottenham have never been the bottom of is the Fair Play League, and that's where we are at the minute because of all our yellows and reds. And that's one league I want to get off the bottom of. And Greg Clinton saying, I forgot about Aurier. Yeah, I think everybody forgot about Aurier. And Championship seems to be his level. I'd say that could be talking about Dyer, Aurier, Nuno. Could be talking anybody there. And this is an interesting one from Matthew. Super agent Pin Zahavi, who represents Tottenham Hotspur midfielder Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, met with Barcelona president Joan Laporte last night to discuss the club signing the Spurs player. Yeah, I'll tell you, we need to get a replacement in. If you're going to sell Højbjerg, we need someone similar to come in. Now, I know we've been connected with a Phillips guy from Man City, Calvin Phillips. I don't rate him anyway, but maybe other people do. But I mean, if we're going to sell Højbjerg and Lo Celso to Barcelona, big money, but what are we going to use for replacements, you know? And Neil Shah, Aurier and Alan Titmarsh on ground squad, don't forget Tommy. I presume that's something to do with gardening, Neil, you know? Ground force, he said here, yeah, the next one. And Carl Simpson, Matthew, I heard that as well. Apparently, we're after two midfielders and talks have already started. Well, you'd hope that all these new guys involved in the football side of things are really doing their job now and not waiting until January to get stuck in. Get the deals ready to go come the 1st of January and sign them up. Get them in, get them acclimatized, get them ready to play, not rather than signing them on the 30th of January, as we have been known to do, and keeping us all in suspense until 5 minutes before the transfer deadline finishes. We've done that before. And Matthew is saying, Carl Simpson, can they even afford him from Barcelona? That's the thing. I don't know what Barcelona are using for money. They've had to sell their TV rights up front for a knockdown price. So I really don't know what's going on there, you know. And Matthew, who knows, but I'm sure they will find the money or maybe even offer us a player. Maybe. Swap deal mightn't be too bad if we can get someone that could do the job for us, you know. And Matthew again, Carlson, who would they even give us? Rafinha, Torres. Can't see that happening. And Carlson, Matthew, I would 100% guide them. Yeah, of course we would. But I don't think that would be the case. I don't think they'll be offering players like that to us. They'll be offering a squad players that barely get a game, you know. And Matthew doesn't like Rafinha. He says he's a fraud. And watch the Liga matches. Well, fair enough, Matthew. I don't watch Spanish football, so not very, very little anyway. So I'll take your word for it. This is what we'll all be saying. Will the party in the streets when Dyer finally leaves? I think there will be. And lads, I think that's about it for today. Well, there's one other piece of news which isn't really relevant to Spurs, but I'll put it up anyway. Real Madrid want Mason Greenwood. The guy that's got more baggage than Selfridge's luggage or suitcase shop. We'll see what happens there. And that is it. So what do we know? 10 to 5. Dermot's back at 9 o'clock with Dave Harris and Mia and Colin from Full Time Sports Network. So check in and have a look at that. I won't be around tonight. I'll see you back here tomorrow. And in the meantime, all I can say is, as usual, come on, you Spurs. Now, just bear with me a second. I can never, ever remember what sign out to do on this program because we have got so many of them. But anyway, here it goes. Listen, lads, see you soon. Thanks for tuning in. All the best.